Bucko's Bounties. Yo, Bucko, it's Zero, coming back to you with another figure review. Today we have the Star Wars Black Series Gaming Greats, Kestis Deluxe. I've been waiting for this release for a long time. I'm actually super excited about this because not only do I love the original Kestis release, but I absolutely love almost every accessory that comes in this pack. So this is awesome. Now, this costume is actually close to one of the. I used a few costumes in my playthrough, but this is one of the costumes that I ended up with something very similar, the orange kind of thing. It was something very similar to this, but yeah. So I absolutely thought this was awesome, especially the green double blade lightsaber. I love the different colors for BD, but I think they could have did a different color there, but I don't know, we'll see how much I like them when you get out of the packaging. Then we got your Black Series Eevee. I'm just kidding, that is a boggling, and I'm pretty sure that's the one that smuggles itself onto the ship, so that's awesome. And you got your Holocron and your hood. Alright, yeah, so with all these accessories, I would say that it's a must-have for me, at least, because this was one of my favorite figures I've ever picked up. I actually picked up this original one back the day the game released, and I've loved it ever since. It's one of my favorite figures. I love everything about this figure. Anyways, let's take a closer look at this box. Now, I'm surprised that this is a teal color. I don't know if they're just doing that for Fallen Order, or just, yeah, I don't know if they're just doing it for Fallen Order figures or what they're doing, but it's a nice teal color. Then on the side, bam, got Cal looking beautiful. I absolutely love that artwork. Now, yeah, that artwork is so freaking cool, dude. I'm so glad they actually gave him a re-release. I feel like there'll be more releases with different colors of his suits and different lightsaber colors in the future, so I'm hoping for that. And then back of the box, the bio says Cal Kestis, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order lets players evade the Empire's forces as Cal Kestis, a Padawan fugitive on a quest to complete his training and rebuild the fallen Jedi Order. Hell yeah. Number 2, Gaming Greats, which I haven't even got the Rocket Trooper in yet, and I've had that on back order, well, not back order for months, so it says 2 more days till release, so we'll see if it ever wants to come in. Side of the box, you got your blue teal stripe, freaking awesome. Top of the box bent, bottom of the box unreadables. Now let's go ahead and get this badass Jedi out of the packaging. Right. Anyways, guys, I'm sorry, I had to take a second play at this guy because, again, I fell in love with this figure all over again. I already loved the original version, but I just had to, you know, check out a few things, see what's different, see what's new. So it looks like this poncho comes off super easily, so I think I'm going to try to throw that on the original Cal and see how that looks, because that is the poncho from the beginning of the game. So I think we're going to throw that on him, see how that looks. I also found out that this hood is a separate piece, and yeah, I'm just super happy with this release overall. So let's dive straight into accessories. And where do I even start here? Oh, yeah, for starters, we have your boggling. This thing is adorable. It's freaking it's adorable. It's freaking it looks like an Eevee. It kind of does. I remember people were kind of making fun of it when it was announced, but yeah, this thing is really nice, really nicely detailed. This is definitely not something I thought we'd ever see in the Black Series. Hell, I definitely would have never been like, oh yeah, what little creature are we getting? Definitely not a boggling, but this is a welcome addition. He's definitely going to be cool on my shelf, and yeah, I'm super excited to get him. So here's your little Eevee boggling, and yeah, that's hella cool. That's hella dope. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. And so for my next accessory, I actually have both of these. So yeah, it's BD1, of course. Now, I absolutely love the original BD1, but this one, I actually wasn't too excited that it was going to be in this kind of red color. I thought it was going to be a much brighter red, but it's in this darker red, and it actually looks pretty good. I'm actually surprised. Now, the one thing I wish is that this white stripe would go all the way through. I thought it was supposed to, but oh well. not too big of a loss, but I would have liked this to be in a blue or something to contrast the orange, but this all red, it's okay. It's not too bad, but yeah. Just comparing it to the other one, bam, bam, no silver. Yeah, it's missing a lot of the stuff the original one has, which kind of sucks, but whatever, not a big deal. And then of course, just like the original, when it comes, the wires come out of the packaging bent. Of course they would, but yeah. I think I would have liked the blue one better. Who knows? Yeah, the blue one would have contrasted really well with the orange, but maybe they didn't want to jump around too many colors. I mean, they got the orange, red, and green. That's kind of a good color combination. So yeah, this works really well with him, but yeah, so anyways, his articulation is limited to the head. Bam, 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 bam. Then his legs both move on a ball joint, and they both go bam, bam. So he comes out of the packaging like this, but obviously he stands like this. And then just real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how it looks on the original Cal figure and how I got it on my original. So I actually went ahead and threw this foot in here, bam. Yeah, so you kind of like get him posed like he is standing, and you just go ahead and shove that foot in there, and there you go. That actually does not look bad at all. Wow, that looks good. So yeah, that's a pretty good way to stand, and I kind of like how they kind of kept the same spot on this poncho. Let's go ahead and show that off real quick. Bam. So on this poncho back here, he does have a slot for a BD. Go ahead and do the same thing, throw his feet right in here, pose him up like that so his foot is perched on there, looking like that. There you go, and voila, BD is posed. Yes, I'm glad they included that, because that was a big complaint with the original, but I'm going to be honest with you, I figured out a way around it. You probably could have too, but I'm glad that they included this so people can't complain about it, because that's freaking awesome. So now I'm going to get into the lightsaber accessories. So he comes with 2 lightsabers. Of course, he comes with his original lightsaber. So bam, this is the original lightsaber from the beginning of the game, Master Jero DePaul's. This looks really nice, I think. So it actually is not in the same color as the original release. This is the original release. It's in that nice kind of blue, it's a lighter silver. This is in a really nice darker silver. Actually might switch this lightsaber out. The peg should be the same. Let's see if it wants to come out. Alright, so there's the peg for that. The pegs look exactly the same. The new one is a darker, and now I'm confusing which ones are which already. Very slight variation, but the newer one looks a lot better. I may end up using it, but honestly, it's just kind of cool to have the variations of lightsabers, considering that there were so many different colors to pick, so every little metal kind of thing counts. And honestly, just getting segue into the double-bladed lightsaber. Alright, my original hope with this was that it would separate somehow. That doesn't look to be the case, unfortunately. Who knows, maybe somebody will figure it out, but yeah, this thing is pretty badass. I've always wanted a green double-bladed lightsaber. There's not too many green lightsabers in the Black series. I mean, you have Luke and you have Qui-Gon, and then you have Kit Fisto. That's about it in terms of green lightsabers besides Grievous, but yeah, we're really on the slacking side, but yeah, that's actually really good. And then these pegs should be the same. So bam. And then if you do own the original Cal and you'd like to switch out the blue lightsaber, I suppose you could. Let's go ahead and try it. Alright, so you kind of can. I actually think that the new blade is a little thicker for the peg. The old one goes in super easily. The new one is really stubborn, but yeah, there you go. If you wanted your blue lightsaber, yeah, not too bad actually. That's okay looking. What do you think? The next thing is his Jedi Holocron. This thing looks so freaking nice. It has that nice bit of... I thought it was going to be gold in the original one. Maybe I'm just colorblind right now, but it looks... almost looks silver with the green, so that's really cool. Alright, so this is Eno Cordova's Holocron. Yeah, this is done in the really weird, like, silvery color. I don't know, it's really hard to tell, but it's really nicely sculpted. I actually absolutely love this. We finally have a Holocron. Hopefully we get more of these bad boys in the future with some Jedi or something. I want some. Hopefully we're gonna get some, you know, blue ones and stuff, maybe some Sith Holocrons, but who knows what figures they would come with. But this is the perfect way to give us it, because it's in a deluxe figure, you know, with a ton of accessories. So this is awesome. It's looking beautiful. Now, unfortunately, he does have a little bit, I don't think he's going to be able to hold this very well at all. I don't know how he would be able to hold this, so you might be able to kind of like angle his hand or something like this. Who knows? I'm sure I'll figure it out. But yeah, this thing is really awesome. I want to figure out a way to display this, so this is cool. Now let's get into the figure itself, starting with the Poncho. So yeah, so the Poncho actually comes with two. It actually is going to come with two accessories. So yeah, the Poncho itself is an accessory, and it comes with two hoods. So you have the hood down version. This is actually really, here, let me go ahead and pull this off real quick. Yeah, so this is the hood down version. Actually looks like you can, yeah, I don't know why it looks like that, but yeah, this is just the hood down. Oh wow, that actually pegs in there. Oh, that pegs in there too. That's awesome. Wow, that's so cool. So yeah, these actually peg in there, both of these, so that it doesn't come off that easily. That's good to know. I like that. That's freaking awesome. So that was his look out of the packaging, and this is going to be his look in the packaging. This is going to be its look now with the hood on. So yeah. This is a tricky one, but bam, there we go. I don't know. I don't know if I'm digging that, guys. That's really wacky looking, but oh, there we go. Okay, that's not too bad. That's okay. That's not bad. Okay. Let's pop this bad boy off now. If I'm correct, you should be able to. Alright, we're gonna have to pop his head off, which is gonna give me an anxiety attack. So okay, that's okay. So here's what he looks like without his head on. I'm just gonna talk about this real quick. So yeah, so he doesn't have the vest underneath like this one does have, so it's just plain underneath. But I did notice there's this kind of strap that goes underneath, which makes you believe that okay, I was worried I broke something, but that just slides under here. So that's very interesting to know. Also, that's missing the silver, so that sucks. And they're missing the silver here. That kind of sucks too, but whatever. But we'll talk about that in a bit. I just want to actually see if this Poncho is able to go on that cal. So yeah, so I just try to slip this on with the vest here, but you can do it. You might have to actually take off the vest, but yeah, it looks like it's gonna work. I actually didn't realize how minimal this orange is, but yeah, it looks okay. But honestly, I think I'm just gonna stick with this on the orange body, because why would you want to cover up this beautifulness? Alright guys, enough putting Cal through the ringer. Both of them been through the absolute ringer, so it's time to finally take a closer look at this figure. Anyways, let's get straight into this figure. So, for starters, let's go ahead and take it as a look at his head mold real quick. Now, the only difference between this and the original head mold really is it looks to be the same exact head mold and face paint, but this one's actually a little more cleaned up. Sorry. Yeah, this one's a little more cleaned up. Honestly, the likeness is slightly better. It's still not, yeah, that's a lot better, honestly. It's still not the best likeness, but I don't know, his eyebrows and facial features seem a little thinner, so who knows. Also, the hair is more of a kind of slick color instead of, I don't know, this one looks a little better because it's not shiny. So yeah, the older one looks a little better in that regards, but other than that, The face mold seems to be the exact same. Now, in terms of the outfit, everything is the exact same mold. So yeah, they're just all in different colors pretty much. So you definitely tell. Starting here, it's the same tools. It's the same toolkit and everything that he has. So that's just green instead of blue. And the glove is lighter. Also, the comm is a completely different silver. The silver is actually more nicely done here, but the wash is way better on this glove. Actually, I think they're both okay. That's just a darker glove in general. This bag, pretty much the same thing. And one of my favorite parts, unfortunately, on this figure, all the silver back here is really got shafted, so that's unfortunate. There's no silver on that buckle, but I mean, you're being covered by the poncho, so. But they did decide to put silver on those little CO2 canister thingies, which is kind of boggling to me why you take the time to do that, but whatever. And then your little toolkit you have is a darker silver here. Yeah, they actually painted this buckle silver, and underneath they didn't paint the little details on that buckle, so that's unfortunate. Going down, you don't really have a wash on the pants, which kind of sucks because this was the pilot suit, I believe. The pilot, it kind of was meant to look like the X-Wing pilot suit, so it would have been nice with the wash or something on it. It still looks good because I mean you're gonna be covered by the poncho, so yeah. Besides that, the boots are pretty much the same exact thing. Yeah, but Cal is freaking awesome. I think his skin tone is even a different. I don't know. It's definitely a different paint used for the skin tone. But yeah, this guy is freaking awesome. I think that's about it in terms of the figure. So let's go ahead and get into the articulation. Alright, so in terms of articulation, you're going to go up this far, and then the neck is on a ball joint that goes up into the head, which is another ball joint. So down that far, up that far, head tilts, neck tilt, so you know, that's how much it moves. Then you got a ball joint, or you got a butterfly joint up in here, which is the same thing on the original figure. So a ball joint up in there, hinge and swivel at the shoulder, bam bam. Not too far because of the poncho. Go up that far, down, and then you got a hinge and swivel at both shoulders. They should do the same thing even though one of the arms is bare. So bam, hinge and swivel shoulder. Then you got a hinge and swivel at both the wrists, and this wrist is up and down for aiming purposes, and this one is left and right. And the glove, I think honestly one of my favorite things about these the Cal figure is that there's so much little details. Like even in the mold you can tell there's a ton of details. Even if they didn't make all the silver and stuff, it still looks freaking awesome. So yeah, there's just so much going on here. Sorry guys, I got distracted, but you do have a ball joint at the torso, which actually I think this is going to get better movement than the original figure. Then you got your legs go forward that far, out this far, back not really. Then you got double jointed knees, thank God. Ass kickers complete. You got thigh swivels, then you got a hinge at the ankle and a forward facing pin for rockers. Let's get this faithful Jedi back onto the battlefield to fight some Inquisitors. Now it's time to show him off next to some other figures. So of course here he's next to the Electro Staff Purge Trooper and the second Sister Inquisitor. And here he's next to the new Stormtrooper and Lord Vader. And here they are next to Boba and Mando and Grogu and the Frog, just for good measure. And as always, here he is next to Luke Skywalker Squawker and Old Left Limbs. Alright, anyways guys, I'm super stoked to finally have this figure. Of course I was going to love this figure. I mean, it's a given. The original one is, I believe that one is my absolute favorite Black Series figure. So of course, no wonder why this would be one of my favorites now. There are some things I don't like about it, of course. It's missing some paint details, and I think I just like the original one just a tad bit more. But in terms of accessories, this is the coolest figure. You got that double-bladed green lightsaber, you got freaking BD1, you got a boggling, and you got a holocron. You cannot beat that. Plus you have a spare lightsaber. You can't beat that. So pick it up for sure. Don't let this guy pass out, because yeah, don't pass out on him, because he's one of my favorites. Maybe in time he will be my favorite Cal, but I'm sure they will make more figures of him in the future. But anyways, that one's up to you if you're gonna grab him or not. I'd say it's worth it just for the accessories alone, and this figure is awesome. So as always, you could bring him in warm or you could bring him in cold. Thanks for watching, and good hunting.